in total?
20.
Very good. So I opened up a few of the pictures. So right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pictures. I would say 5 pictures should be the max that you would have open at one time because it gets kind of confusing. So let's see here. So I'm going to start off with this one. Okay. And right now they're also floating in different windows. So window, arrange, float all in windows so you can navigate between them easier. So if I'm going to start with this picture, what tool would I use to move a picture into another one? Does anyone remember? Move tool. What's the shortcut for the move tool? V, very good. So shortcut is the letter V on your keyboard or the second tool right here. So I'm just going to move this picture, click on it, and drag it into there. Okay? And you should have used a tripod. So I'm done with this picture. So I'm just going to close it so I don't confuse myself. So all we did was we opened up our pictures, 5 maximum, float all in windows. So window, arrange, float in windows. And then using the move tool, click and drag one picture into another, and then close that picture. So right now I have my background picture and the one I just moved. And I'm going to lower the opacity of this layer to kind of line up the background, my swing set here. So I'm just going to zoom in and then using the arrow keys on the keyboard, just nudge. And then it'll sharpen up like it just did there. And then move the opacity back up. So that's what you do when you move your first picture in. Okay, you actually move a full picture. Now, how do I reveal the girl on the swing here? What should I add? A layer mask. Very good. So the layer mask is right here. And then I'm going to use what tool? The brush tool or the letter shortcut for brush tool is
P.
Brush tool.
B.
Good job. So, and then what's the motto when we're painting on the mask? Black reveals, white conceals.
Yeah.
So if I paint black, I should reveal. And remember, they don't have to be full opacity. It could just be a ghost image too. It's up to you. As long as I can see all the different layers or the multiple people or objects. Okay? Any questions on that so far? Next, for this one, instead of dragging in the whole picture, because really if I keep on dragging more in, I'm going to have to be painting and masking a lot. Does that make sense? Because you have more layers underneath to reveal. So instead of dragging full layers now, I'm just going to select what I want. So I can just use this rectangular marquee tool to select this. Okay, and then use my move tool and drag in there. And then I'll close this up. I'll zoom out and then lower the opacity. Notice when I drag that in, it's only the selection on that layer. And I'll lower the opacity of this layer to line it up. Again, if you use a tripod, this makes it very easy. So now I'll move this back up. Now I have 3 girls, right? And then I'll do the same over here. I will just select what I want, use the move tool, drag her in here, close this, and what do I do after this? How do I line it up? What helps me line it up? The arrow keys, and there we go. Does that make sense? Does this look easier than what you thought it was going to be?
Yeah.
Okay, which is a good thing, right? And then last, oops. Oops, just do right here. Hopefully I have all of her. Yesterday I tried demonstrating for my 8th hour, and it was a little hard because they didn't use a tripod, you know, to try to line things up. So for this, I'm going to probably try to line up the fence. And the tree. Okay, so I probably will actually, what did I do wrong here? Because I'm having problems. Do you see this? Does anyone know? Louder? No, like look at it. Like what's not lining up? Can you see it okay?
The fence.
The fence and the swings, right? Like I shouldn't have just selected this part. I probably should have selected all the way from the top down. So I'm just gonna throw that away and then select more. How do I deselect? Command D. So there we go. This should be better. Okay. So when I zoom out, this is still a little off. I think that's right. Okay. My last layer, I need to mask here to blend it in better.
I actually have a password to it.
And we might even have to rotate this a little because I see this is not quite lined up here.
I think you rotate it.
And then I'll add a mask and use my brush and make my brush smaller and just reveal your other sister here. Does that make sense? So right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. Let me get this other foot. And this one is done. Okay?